Today we are going to study chapter number 15, biodiversity and conservation. Now, when we say biodiversity, what does biodiversity mean? Biodiversity means, if you split this word bio and diversity, diversity means the variety. As if we talk about India, India is a diverse country. India has got many ethnic wear, different languages, different people, different religion, etc., etc. So India is a diverse country. We have got a lot of variety. So when we talk about biodiversity, biodiversity means variety in flora and fauna, that is plants and animals, and also some microorganisms. So biodiversity means variety in plants and animals and conservation of them. When we say conservation, whom are we going to conserve? We are going to conserve our nature, our ecosystem, our biodiversity of flora and fauna, and at the same point of time, we are going to conserve basically the endangered and rare species of plants and animals. Also, in certain plants, we are going to save certain ornamental plants, medicinal plants, so that we can use for the coming generations. So this chapter, biodiversity and conservation, we are going to study about flora and fauna and how to conserve that. First of all, biodiversity, how this term came up. This term was first introduced by the scientist named Rosen. Rosen was the scientist who found this name. But it was not so popularized at that point of time when he gave this terminology, biodiversity. But later on, another scientist named Edward Wilson, he popularized the term biodiversity. He was the one to popularize the term biodiversity. Students, this question is asked once or twice in the NEET examination. So please prepare this basically. Next is, what is the definition of biodiversity? As I just told you, biodiversity means variety. That means variation. So it means variation in living organisms at different organization level is called biodiversity. So variation in living organism at different organization levels. Now what are these organization levels? We have studied organization in chapter 1, 11th standard, the living world. As you all remember, it starts with the atoms. So this is the organizational hierarchy. This is the atoms. Atoms unite to form molecules. Molecules unite to form macromolecules. Macromolecules unite to form organelles. Organelles unite to form cell. Cells unite and form tissues. Tissues unite to form an organ, and different organs unite together to form the organ system. And when different organ systems unite together, they form an organism. When different organisms unite, they form a species. Species forms a population. Population forms a community. Which community, students? Biotic community. Biotic means living community. So when the biotic community and the abiotic factors like temperature, pH, light, etc. joins together, they form an ecosystem. The ecosystem later on forms biomes, which ultimately forms the biosphere. So variation at any level of this organization, starting from the atoms to the biosphere, any kind of variation is called as biodiversity. So variation in living organisms at any organization level is called biodiversity. Now, according to IUCN, in 2004, IUCN is International Union for Conservation of Nature. According to them, there are 1.5 million species discovered till now. 1.5 million. Yes, in our living world it is documented that 1.7 to 1.8 million species are found till now. But according to IUCN, it is 1.5 million species. The headquarters of IUCN is located in Gland in Switzerland. These 1.5 million species. So when it is asked to you basically that write where how many species are found by IUCN, that point of time you have to write 1.5 million species. But when it is normally asked how many species are found till now, you have to answer 1.7 to 1.8 million because it is documented in that way in your NCERT 11th standard book. So 1.5 million species are documented by IUCN, out of which 70% are animals, 22% are plants. That means 8% is prokaryotes. So the major are animals, then the plants, and the remaining portion is of prokaryotes. As I just said, that many scientists and experts have said that there are discovered species are 1.7 million to 1.8 million, as it is documented in chapter number 1, Living World, in 11th standard NCERT book. So there are 1.7 to 1.8 million species. That means 17 lakh to 18 million species are found till now. Students, now this is an important point because it has been asked once or twice in the board examinations as well as certain NEET examinations or competitive examinations. Out of these 1.7 to 1.8 million species which are found till now, 1.2 million species are of animals and 0.5 million to 0.6 million species are of plants. However, as estimated by many of the biologists, evolutionary experts and scientists, there are 50 lakh to 5 crore species. This is an estimation. That means there are 5 million to 50 million species and there are yet many to be discovered. Till now they have not been discovered and yet they are to be discovered, and let's see when they are getting discovered. According to one of the scientists, Robert May, he says that there are 7 million species on this earth. So if it is asked to you, write down how many species are estimated by Robert May. The answer is 7 million species are estimated by Robert May. Now the question arises, why we have not found these many species, like 7 million species. So if we say there are 70 lakh species on this earth, and why have we only found 17 lakh to 18 lakh species, that is 1.7 million to 1.8 million species? The reason is many species are not discovered because we are unable to explore much depth in ocean. So we cannot go to much depth in ocean, and at the same point of time there is a greater part of Amazon forest which is not explored till now. So we are not able to find all the species which are estimated by the experts and the scientists. However, there are many species which are found till now. 20,000 species of ants are found, 3 lakh species of beetles, 28,000 species of fishes, and 20,000 species of orchids. Now these numbers are to be remembered for the examination because it is asked in MCQs. So again I will repeat, 20,000 species of ants, 3 lakh species of beetles, 28,000 species of fishes, and 20,000 species of orchids. Now, as I said, that we can study biodiversity at every organization level, starting from the atoms, molecules, macromolecules, organelles, organism, species, community, etc., etc. But in this chapter, we are going to study the diversity at 3 different levels. 3 different levels. The first one is genetic diversity. So the variation at the genetic level, which is also termed as alpha diversity. So genetic diversity. Second is species diversity, which is also termed as beta diversity. So first is genetic diversity, that is alpha diversity. Second is species diversity, that is beta diversity. And the third which we are going to study is ecosystem diversity, which is also termed as gamma diversity. So in the coming videos, we'll be studying about these diversities. Thank you.